Hello, YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, I was going to go live and not upload this video because I just upgraded my channel to like a super chat, right? Which I don't know how that works when I go live, but I'm excited about it because in my past videos, or in one of my recent videos, I made a statement that if you can't catch it, you can cash it, right? If you can't catch it, you can cash it. So I meant that for the people that ask me questions. This really requires a monetary answer. So now I have super chat, so I will be going live more on YouTube and see how that works, right? Because there are questions that people are willing to give a monetary gift to get that answer to, right? So let's talk about real quick the Capital One data breach just released today. The Capital One data breach. So if you all have a Capital One credit card or business credit card, a checking account, you definitely need to be in the loop of where it is. Thank you so much for the digital love. Thank you so much for the digital love. I'm not in California, but it feels like a nice California day here in Mississippi. Thank you so much for the digital love. If you're watching on YouTube, right, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I think I have like 34 subscribers, so I want to build that up. 3,400, subscribers, so I definitely want to build that up. So if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If my channel is and information is any help to you. On Facebook, right, I always pay some type of gratitude for free information that's going to empower you. So just do these things. Facebook, hit the like button, right? Share, comment. YouTube, whether you watch the replay or you watching me live, I always comment and I always participate, right? So back on Capital One. Hope you all can hear me. Can you all hear me well? Can you hear me? Thank you for the digital love, because I have my windows down. It's like 80 degrees today. It's a beautiful day. The weather is just beautiful. So back into Capital One. It was a former Amazon software engineer employee that hacked the system, right? And the lady really looks like she, if you see a picture of her, she really looks like she has some maybe mental disconnects, right? And so there's $140,000. Thank you so much, and Nana, you be my mediator on here, because I am driving. Sometimes on this rural route, my connection goes in and goes out, so I hope I keep good connection all the way through. So if you all can just get some hearts, share this, and let me know if I'm clear and I'm still live, right? So over $140,000 Social Security numbers were affected or impacted, and over 80,000 bank accounts. 140 Social Security numbers and 80,000 bank accounts were exposed. So they're saying it's data breach. If you apply for any type of credit for Capital One between the years of 2005 and 2019, you could be affected. It is still under investigation right now, right? And so this comes just like a week after the Equifax data breach, where they agreed to like $700 million payout. So I try to get people to understand, before you accept that $125 or that free credit monitoring, there are other ways to get free credit monitoring. So I don't know if that's really a good or bad thing that they're offering, because it's a $700 million payout amount that they have to pay back those that's affected through Equifax. And so you really want to read the fine line, because if you accept one of those, or maybe a $20,000, then you won't be eligible to receive any higher compensation if you were affected financially mentally or emotionally anyway with this Equifax data breach. So make sure that you read everything in the fine print, and if you were highly affected, you may want to seek legal counsel, right, to represent you and not settle or take one of those options of $125 or it didn't say or free credit monitoring. I think for all 3 credit bureaus is for 4 years, and then Equifax is for 10 years. So if you were, did my connection go out? I think it did. I was still talking. I didn't pay much attention. I think my connection went out for a while. So yeah, I don't know what you all heard or didn't hear, so I just keep talking. All right, so someone show me some thumbs up or hearts or something to let me know, or comment if you can hear me now, because I still see low network connection, but it's showing that it's still recording. Okay, I think my connection is available now, so it went out. But I was on the topic of the Equifax data breach, and that they have over $700 million to pay out for those highly affected, whether it was with your financing, you didn't get approved for maybe a home or vehicle, you had some type of emotional distress, you had to pay attorney fees maybe to dispute some things, if you were a result of any type of identity theft as a result. So they had a data breach as well, right? They had a data breach as well, because the credit agencies always sell your information, right, to really predatory lenders, right? They don't make the billions of dollars off selling good credit, right? Because it's all these loan sharks and these subprime lenders that want to make money off of giving you high interest rate loans for vehicles or for your home. And so they make billions of dollars off of your bad credit. So real quick, I want to get into the topic, these 3 things, the difference between a credit repair business or organization, credit consulting, and do-it-yourself credit services, right? I want to discuss the difference between a credit repair business or organization like a Lexington Law, a credit consultant like myself, what I do, and do-it-yourself credit programs. So let's start with Lexington Law, because I commented on the post this morning that someone stated that they were paying $149 a month for Lexington Law, and they had paid for 3 months, and they only see their credit score increase by 60 points. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know where that person's, it was on Facebook, on my Facebook timeline. Someone had made a post that for $49 you can get a 750 credit score and collections removed off your credit report, and $500 a month, right? There's no way I believe that, right? Because again, I stated, the credit bureaus make their billions, agencies, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call them bureaus. A lot of people refer to them as bureaus. Legally, they're under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, recognized as credit agencies. When people think of bureau, they think of some type of government entity, right? And that's why a lot of people think credit repair is not even possible. It's not even feasible. But how credit repair or restoration work is that the information can be yours. It can be yours. But if it's reported wrong, they have to delete it. So if you all knew that, put knew that, right? If you knew that, put knew that in the comments. If you didn't know, and I've been watching Edine Code, so forgive me. But put didn't know, don't know, right? It can be your account. But if anything is reported, it has to be 100% accurate. It has to be 100% verifiable. And it has to be 100% timely, right? Timely means that if a collection or charge out, for example, thank you, Nana, thank you. Nana, I think I went out for just a little second when I was driving, but I think my connection is stronger now, so I'm going to sit here and camp here for a minute. And so, for example, I was speaking with my uncle on yesterday, who's a realtor, right, or a home specialist, right, for those seeking to be home buyers. And he wanted me to inform my followers and my listeners that, yes, for example, a student loan can be deleted from your credit report. But when you are seeking to buy a home, make sure you ask that lender, right, what information that you need to report on your loan, so you will be in line with the law when you do a home application. Because getting a student loan deleted off your credit report, thank you, Marlon, will decrease your debt balance that shows on your credit report if that student loan has a balance. So, for example, if you have a $15,000 student loan showing or reporting on your credit report, and if any one inaccurate thing is reported, the balance by, if it's $1 is off, or $5, or the account number, or the account name is misspelled, or any type of reporting, because if you pull all three of your credit reports, you'll see the differences of how credit numbers are reported, credit names, and balances, right? Any discrepancy in the late payment, if they don't have verification of the late payment, then that's the legal rights to get it deleted. Thank you for the digital love. Those are the legal rights. So if you get that account deleted, it will be showing that you don't have that on your credit report. So when your credit report is pulled and you look in the home buyer process, you need to refer to your lender about what to report and what not to report for your debt ratio, because it will decrease that debt showing on your credit report, and they won't see it, and it will appear as you don't have it, or you know. And so always refer to your mortgage lender for that advice. So credit consultation, that's what I do. What I do for my clients, first of all, they have a disclosures of contract that, you know, that you will receive, right? Just disclosing all the things that will be done. This is how it works with me. Credit consultation, you cannot charge upfront fees like a credit repair business or organization, right? So as a consultant, I can't charge you upfront fees, but I can charge you a consultant fee. Thank you for the digital love. I am allowed to charge you a consultant fee. So when I get the questions, how much for you to assist me or help me with my credit report, that's not an answerable question, because first you have to pay the $50 at this point in time. At this recording is July something and 2019, I think it's July 30th, right? And at the time, the consultation fee is $50. So I can charge that upfront fee. Then I give you a quote, and I do the affidavits, because the work is already done. Your affidavits, after I look at your credit report, your affidavits will be done. Then I give you a quote of what the affidavits would be. Now, my clients, I tell people, I'm not helping you, I'm assisting you build great credit. Why do I use the word assist? Because assist means that you have to be active in this process as well. It's not a hands-on off process. You have to get documents notarized. You have to scan and email me information. You have to email me your credit report in HTML format in order for you to get that credit consultation, right? So, and then I require my clients to create a free account with Experian, right? And through Experian account, and sometimes, or oftentimes, or 99% of the time, when that account is created, I go into the account and do disputes before any payment for my services have been rendered, so I get paid on the back end, right? And so once the affidavits are created, once I see your credit, right, report, and after I give you a consultation, then the quotation for the services will be provided to you via email, right? And so nobody's quote is the same because nobody's credit is the same. So the work is done first, the quote is given, you have your information, you have to email me your credit report, and every time a payment is received, you should receive notification that you have sent me a payment via my PayPal accounts, right? So you have to sign documents, you have to get them notarized. Some of my clients choose to mail off their documents on their own. For example, the bankruptcy that I got deleted for my friend here in Mississippi, she mailed all her affidavits notarized. After she got them notarized, after I provided her the templates, custom built for her based off the response of the credit agencies, she got them notarized, she mailed them. So that's how it works. So you have to be hands-on in this. I'm assisting you. I'm providing you the intellectual knowledge and the coaching. Now, don't forget, I coach basketball as well. And the coaching and consulting you need that's custom made for you, right? Custom made for you. That's why I really don't like do-it-yourself programs, because they're not custom made, right? It's like, okay, do it yourself. Pretty much it's just a broad perspective, but nobody, you're not really educated. Is that's the best situation for you? For example, if someone has a thin credit file and their student loans have a low balance reporting, even though it might be reported inaccurately, it may be in their client's best benefit to just reverse if any late payments are reported on their student loan, because payment history makes up 35% of your credit report. So did you all know that? If you knew that, whether you're watching the replay or watching live, actively participate, put know that. If you didn't know, comment don't know, right? So if I decide to give you the option only for deletion and not, or to remove it and not for reversal of the late pays, then you lost 35% of your calculation by that one move. And that's why I don't like do-it-yourself products. And oftentimes when people get a response from the credit agency that something has been verified, do-it-yourself products, they giving the class, they giving you the information, now they have templates, and they don't know how to respond once the credit agencies don't respond in your favor of whatever you want the situation to be. And often do-it-yourself programs don't address any of the advanced credit issues that people have, right? Like illegal student loans reporting, like bankruptcies, like inquiries, like removing inquiries and things like that. Because if you had 6 or more inquiries in the last 6 months, it could deny you for a home loan and business credit, right? Which is what I offer, is business credit. So I'm not a credit repair organization or business. I'm a credit consultant, and that's how it works. So under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, every single statement, the Fair Credit Billing Act, for example, every single statement must be verified with the billing statement through the life of the account. So those are some things that you all don't know that you tie into the Fair Credit Reporting Act that gets the reversal results that you need, right? And so there are just certain things that give you better results that I do through consulting. Like for my affidavits, sometimes I change up the fonts, right? Because a lot of do-it-yourself programs don't teach, because their templates are just one way. That e-Oscar, which is an electronic scanner that the credit agencies use, because they have to have technology to dispute all of these credit reports, you want human eyes on it as much as possible. The humans still are going to enter a code into the system and just put it much for the system to systemize. But when you throw out the algorithm, your chances, or you throw off e-Oscar, right, your chances of getting your desired results are greater. So this is what do-it-yourself credit program won't provide for you, right? This is what they won't provide for you. So you have to email me your credit report. You have to send in the HTML. I can charge. Thank you so much, Ms. Brown. I can charge upfront consultation fees, right? But once I give you a quote, your affidavits are done. I let you know this is what it's going to be. You pay me. Your affidavits are mailed. You get things notarized. And sometimes I mail it on your behalf. You can send it certified yourself if you don't feel like scanning and sending the information back to me to print out to mail. Either way it go, that's how consultation works. But again, items must be 100% accurate, verifiable, and timely. It's not about, is the account yours? It's about, is the account true? Is it reported the right way? Nobody is asking you through consultation to lie or to make up things or to say this account is not mine. 98% of the time it is yours, but you have rights that if it's not reported right, because what you all don't know is that when credit agencies first developed in the 70s, right, they would put everything on people's credit report without verifying it. They would call your neighbors, next door neighbors sometime, and get secondhand information from neighbors. They would put things on your credit report about your marriage, your sex life, your home life, your job life that was not verified. They didn't have accurate methods to verify this. And so, you know, and I also offer business credit for those who want business credit or those who want to get a home or vehicle, so I can advertise across state lines, right? Because I am a consultant, right? And so, let me see. Yeah, that's it. I think that I discussed Capital One. I discussed do-it-yourself programs, how I feel about that. Lexington Law or any credit repair business or organization that charge you month to month, you know, just know their best interest is to be the torso and not the hair, because you're paying on a monthly payment plan. So they're not trying to get things expedited, right? Ms. Brown, you need a bag. Ms. Brown, this is what we need to do. I'm gonna put you on blast, Ms. Brown. As our kids say, or am I, too old? Ms. Brown, Dr. Brown, I'm sorry. Okay, let's get a conference together. Let's get into your church. Let's talk with your pastor. Let's get this stuff done, because one of my missions is to help kingdom citizens be able to know how to obtain. Oftentimes they say open up the windows and pour you out a blessing, right? But kingdom citizens don't understand what will have that window clogged up, what will stop the floodgates of heaven opening up here. Because God said whatever is bound up or clogged up on earth will be bound up or clogged up in heaven. So if you have bad credit on earth, then heaven cannot flow open to you favor to get things done through your credit, because God says render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar and render unto God what belongs to God. So you have to be in compliance, in alignment with the laws of the earth for heaven blessings to flow upon you. God cannot bless a 400, 500, 600 credit score. You can't go to the car lot and get the best finances. You can't go get I spoke with my uncle yesterday. He said, a 680 credit score gets you the best home interest rate, the best vehicle interest rate. But I want people to be at a 720 or above. That's what I tell them in my emails. Hey, thank you for consulting me. And I want to say this to my clients. I don't mean any harm. I do most of my talking on video. It's not that I don't want to talk to. I'm telling you, there's not one phone call that I've had. Well, it's about two, where people say, look, I just want 5 minutes of your time, and they take 5 minutes, right? I don't mean any harm. I know people want to pick up the phone and talk. This is the time I'm talking and communicating. I have to keep my clients as effective and efficient as possible. See, I'm not Lexington Law. I'm not dragging you on a month to month. If I get one person's done, and I always tell people expect 30 to 45 days, because what a lot of people don't understand about law, the credit agencies have 30 days to respond, right? So once your letter is sent, your affidavit is sent, I don't do template letters. I do custom affidavits. I know a lot of people that pay for do-it-yourself credit programs for template affidavits, right, that you can Google for free. That's just how effective I think do-it-yourself programs are. You can Google. I've seen it. I've seen them. They sell this, and you can Google these same template letters for free. I customize fit for you and your credit situation. It's verbalized to fit for you and your credit situation, right? The language and the law is for you. What's in your best interest? Does this late payment need to be reversed, or does the entire account need to be removed? It's all custom fit for you. Now, that type of consultation, you mail your affidavit certified. It takes 3 days to get to the credit agency. The clock starts ticking. Usually it takes 5 to 7 days before they even get to it to get into dispute status. But you still have your 30 days, right? So when people ask me, well, how long your results? Unless you are a victim of identity theft, a credit sweep is the quickest thing you can do, because it's for people that's a victim of identity theft, and that's usually in 5 days they have to remove the items, and they do their investigation, and then they respond within 15 days. Now, with the credit sweep, what happens is sometimes the items are removed because they're doing an investigation, and then it will reappear on credit reports 30 days later. That's why for my people that's a victim of identity theft, right, I go into detail when that credit sweep is performed so that it does not reappear again. Right? So that's for identity theft victims only. So any other results, you should expect 30 to 45 days. Now, if you have over 5 or more charge off in collections with you, it may take 30 to 60 days. But this is also including the time that the credit agencies have by law to respond to you. Right? So when you create these accounts with me, working with me, I'm assisting you. You have your login to Experian. You have your login to Identity IQ. So you can that's why I recommend people keep Identity IQ, because they get impatient when they don't see anything in the mail. Well, you can log in, or you'll receive emails if you keep the credit monitoring with your updates, right? With your updates. So I'm signing off. That's the difference between do-it-yourself, credit consultation, and credit repair businesses. I'm not a credit repair business or organization. I'm a credit consultant. And on that note, I had a client yesterday who received a letter, tried to do validation of debt on her own, right? And like I said, you can Google anything. The credit, the debt collection agency responded back in writing and said, hey, we don't have to validate this debt when we send you the bill. That is valid. That is not true. I talked about the Fair Credit billing law, but the Fair Credit Billing Act. But under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, debt collectors have to validate your debt, right? They have to validate it, and they cannot. Debt by law, validation is not a printout of a bill or them sending you a statement saying you owe us. It's called a chain of title. It's very in-depth documentation that they have to have, because what people don't understand is debt collectors are a very lucrative business as well. What they do is buy a portfolio. I have a notebook here. They buy a portfolio of debts like this. They buy them by the book, right? And they buy them cheap. They buy them real cheap. So like if your debt is $100, they may have purchased that debt for as little as $20, $15, $10 in most cases. They buy it very cheap. They don't have the documentation that comes with it. And then they collect from you. And they get their money 10 times over. Because you all are not aware that they're supposed to validate that debt before they can receive a dime from you. So even and especially if it's medical, because that's a violation of your HIPAA laws, HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act, right? It's a breach of your medical information, medical situation. They should not have any information on you, what procedures were done, what services were permitted, what you were charged for. And that's all the information that, if you know how to request validation, they're supposed to produce. So what happens when I request this? They just go away. Now, this lady case, she sent that to me. I'm going to dispute them on her behalf, and I'm going to make them go away, because in this case, it was a medical collection. They violated 2 laws. First of all, they didn't have the chain of title with all the documentation they're supposed to have on file. And then it was a breach of HIPAA laws of her medical information. Because if they show you a printout of a bill from an ER or a clinic, then they have information on you, what services were performed, and that's illegal, right? So, hey, I'm signing off. Thank you all for tuning in. This is my lunch break. So I'm going to go in the store, get me something, and get back on my laptop and help people get free of bad credit, help people get free of bad collections, and help people get free of bad cash flow. So if you like any of that, just comment credit, comment collection, comment cash flow, or if you like all 3 of them, hashtag comment all of them, or just comment the queen of credit. Hey, thank you all for tuning in on your lunch break. I hope this was some information to you. Make sure you hit like and share. YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button right now.